remember, today is Wednesday. So something special happens on every Wednesday. We call our business partner, our master coach, Imran sir, to give you some more value-added information today to upgrade your frequency. Most of you now know Imran sir, but those of you who are meeting us for the first time and you don't know Imran sir yet, Imran sir is our business partner. He's also someone who's a master coach in Platinum. He's the man who helps you upgrade your frequency. When you join Platinum, Platinum members are specially trained by Imran sir to upgrade your frequency just by using handwriting. And today he's going to show you how, just by making small changes in your handwriting, small changes in your signature, how you can upgrade your frequency, you can change your mindset, and it happens in a very magical way. He's someone who's not only India's best, he's internationally, globally one of the best in this field, and most importantly, one of the finest human beings that we've met in our life. That is why we are also family friends, not just business partners. So listen to every word that he says like gold. Take your notepad, take your pen, take a blank page, quickly put your signature on it. Because the moment he starts talking, you will consciously or unconsciously change your signature. So before you change your signature, put it on your paper right now so you know that whatever he's going to tell you, you are analyzing your original signature, not the manipulated signature. So everyone ready to learn something amazing about your frequency with your signature? How many of you are ready for that? But in that case, let us first say thank you to the master, because while he only coaches the Platinum members, he's here today to make sure that he's adding value to everybody's life. There is no charge, there is no course, nothing. He's just coming here to add value in your life. So you must remember to say thank you to him when I unmute you, and also remember to say I love you for the value that he's going to add in your life today, the amount of wisdom that he's going to give you about your behavior, your frequency in your signature. Let's get ready to invite the master himself. Remember, the moment he comes in, I'm going to unmute you, give him a big thank you and a big I love you. 1, 2, and 3. Here we go. Let's go, everyone.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you,
Love
sir.
you.
Love you,
Love you,
Imran
sir.
sir.
Thank you. Thank you, and I love you all.
Welcome,
Thank you,
sir.
Imran.
Welcome,
Love
sir.
you.
Yes, sir.
Thank
Thank
you.
you.
I love
Imran ji.
you.
Thank you, Imran ji.
Come on, come
Ji.
on, everyone. Give it up
Imran
for
sir.
Imran. Give it
Thank you.
up.
Thank you,
Let's
everybody.
go.
Thank you,
Imran
Imran,
sir.
sir.
Thank you.
Thank you, Imran sir.
Sir.
Thank you, everyone. And thank you so much, Imran sir, once again coming in to add value in their life, and most importantly, to show them some hidden magical frequencies of their brain just by looking at their signature. And I think we have a surprise here as well today. Some of you are probably going to get question answer opportunity with Imran sir. How many of you would love that? Yes? So get ready, and I'm handing you over to Imran sir. But once again, thank you so much, Imran. It is such a pleasure to watch these people learning and growing with you. Thank you so much for taking your valuable time and adding value in all our lives today. Thank you. We love you.
Thank you so much,
this.
Ritesh. Thank you so much. Everybody ready? So let's get you all started. But before I begin, I wanted to share something very exciting with all of you. What is the date today? Today is 2nd of October, right? And today is what? Today is what? Today is Gandhi Jayanti, right? So today is Gandhiji and Gandhi Jayanti, right? So I have a very beautiful way of looking at life, and I want to share this with you. We study medicine to become a doctor. Hello? What is the way of to becoming a doctor is to study medicine. To become an engineer, we study engineering, right? So now the question I have for all of you is that, what do you do to become successful? What do you do to become successful? You know what you do? You study successful people. Because you don't have to reinvent the wheel. You don't have to do all the mistakes other people have done. That's why Mitezi has a very beautiful saying. He says, learn from the mistakes of the masters. You don't have to recreate that mistakes all over again. So, what? One of the ways of learning handwriting analysis and one of the ways of applying handwriting analysis, that what we do is we identify the successful people in whatever they way or whatever field they belong to. And we identify what is that in their personality which made them who they are. For those of you who don't know, handwriting analysis is a way of identifying personality traits using their handwriting. So today I have Gandhiji's handwriting, and I'm going to show you the 5 things which I saw in Gandhiji's handwriting, which could be a way of learning for all of us. How many of you are ready to decode Gandhiji's handwriting today in this call? Give me a big yes with raising your hand up if the videos are on. Great. So let's focus on, somebody said, study hard, you'll become successful. Study successful people. Thank you. Yeah, keep studying. I coach So that's the idea. You always need to study successful people to become successful in your own life. And you know what? You'll be very, very excited to see Gandhiji actually was the only leader in the world who emphasized more on the handwriting. I remember there's a lot of sayings where Gandhiji talked about the handwriting aspect of it. And Gandhiji actually said this very beautiful saying. He said, a bad handwriting should be regarded as a sign of imperfect education. So he's one only leader, I believe, who spoke, emphasized on handwriting. So those of you who have not been writing, one of the ways of following the leader is to get back to writing. What you write, how you write, it's secondary. First, get back to writing. Pick up the pen, pick up the pen. It has a lot of things to do. So now I want to show you the handwriting sample of Gandhiji. And this is how Gandhiji's handwriting looks like. If you're a trained handwriting analyst, there are 123 things you can find out from the sample. How many things, everybody? Type in 123. 123, including the mindset, the health challenges, the belief systems, everything. Everything can be identified just by looking at the handwriting. But today I have picked up the 5 things which can define your trajectory towards reaching success. So, ladies and gentlemen, let's look into it. So pay attention to the handwriting. For a handwriting analyst, everything matters. The way the person starts the letters, the way the person ends the letter, the spacing between the words, everything matters to us. But there's one thing very peculiar about Gandhiji's handwriting. I will show you first on my paper here, then I'll ask you to see that in the handwriting. Do you see that? Are you ready to do this with me? Give me a big yes if you're ready. So what we're going to do is, everybody look into your handwriting and also look into the handwriting of Gandhiji and see if you find this. I am looking at the letter M. Okay. And very specifically, what I'm looking at the letter M is, this is how it starts, but eventually it becomes like this. So what I'm looking for is, I'm looking for a V formation in the letter M. You see here, there's a V formation in the letter M. And not only in the letter M, you will see this also in the letter N. You will see this in the letter H. Can you see there is a natural V formation? So pay attention. What are we looking for in Gandhiji's handwriting? Do we see this in Gandhiji's handwriting, the natural V formation? So let's see whether we see this in the handwriting. Everybody on your screen right now, do you see that in the Gandhiji's handwriting? I'm teaching you how to analyze, look for the V formation, specifically the letter M's and N's, and also H to add on to that. Letter H to add on to that. If you see it, you can raise your hand up, or you can say me on the chat box. Don't worry, I'm receiving all the messages. It's directed towards the host, and I'm able to see it so that you can focus here in the session. So I'll show you where I'm able to see it. I have focused on and I have actually highlighted those letters. How many of you are able to see V? Give me V on the screen. Everybody see there's a V formation. There's a V formation. There's a V formation. And as a handwriting analyst, anytime we see the V formation, we call these people as analytical thinkers. So write down 2 things about analytical thinkers. Number 1, analytical thinkers have a very beautiful habit of considering pros and cons before saying yes or a no. For example, if I propose a decision for Sanjeev, Sanjeev will have this beautiful habit of maybe writing down or maybe do this mental math and say that if I say yes to Imran, this is going to happen. If I say no to Imran, these are the things will happen. So can you see that you always do this pros and cons before you say yes? If somebody proposes you for a marriage, if I say yes, what will happen? If I say no, what will happen? If I take this job, if I get onto this trip, if I do this investment. So they are the people who are the pros and cons. Number 2, they have this beautiful eye for finding faults with people. Like they can only see things which others don't see. Like Srilata might be very happy getting a saree and saying that, oh, Imran, I got a very good deal. This is how. You know what? If you're an analytical thinker, you see, he charged you more. See, this is included in this bill. See, you did not pay attention to this. So these people see things which normally other people don't see. No, I'm not saying that they are fault finders. I'm not saying they are critical. All that I'm saying is that they have a very analytical mind. They can pick up any bad from the good. How many of you know people like that in your life, Imran? No matter how much I do, I thought I gave an amazing report. They'll find out, see, there's a spell error. This link is missing. So can you see this is not happening there? This is what they're looking at. Analytical thinkers are like that. How many of you are able to relate to it? Type in relate R on the chat box. Okay, so what I'll do is do you want me to direct this chat to you so that you'll see some amazing answers coming into it? So what I'll do is I will direct it to everyone. Okay, so right now I have directed this chat to everyone. So whenever you're typing in, you can do that right now. Yeah, this is for everyone. So when you so if you type in R, if you're able to relate to it, and I can also add the third one because you've been good and you're participating with me. So I'm going to give you the third thing about this. You know what? Analytical thinkers tend to be good executives. They make good decisions, but may not be good for people. Like they make good decisions, but may not be good for people. It's like GST is a very good decision for the country, but we don't like paying that 18%, right? So they are amazing decision makers, but we don't like it. It's not good for people. It's like the boss comes and says, you know what, everybody, we're working this weekend. It's a good decision, but you don't want to do that. So this is analytical thinkers. You know what? उनको हर चीज नजर आ जाती है. So this is analytical thinkers. But in handwriting of Gandhi ji, what does analytical thinker represent? You know what? We picked up some of the experts, insight into his biography about where he applied the analytical thinking. And look at this. You know what? Gandhiji's decision to launch the Dandi March, that is a salt march, was not impulsive. He carefully considered the pros and the cons. The British imposed heavy taxes on it, and he did what is required to be done. And he was very sure that he wants to do that, and he knew the outcome of it. So this is the first thing you see in Gandhiji's handwriting. And by the way, how many of you have this V formation in your handwriting? Type in me on the chat box if you are an analytical thinker. And if you're married to one analytical thinker, God bless you. Because you know what, आप जितनी भी अच्छाई चीजें बोल रहे, they have this very beautiful thing about picking the bad out of the good. So I always give this example of Shishi Ravi Shankar, like, you know what, he's doing such a great work, so much of charity, so much thing. You know what, analytical person will say, you know how much money he's making. तुम्हें वो सब चीजें नजर नहीं आती. So can you see that for every good thing you say, he'll pick up something. You know how beautiful platinum program is, how we're able to do अपना सब ऐसे ही बोलते हैं लेकिन ये करना मुश्किल. Can you see that he always have this very analytical mind, very very analytical in every aspect of it. So that's about analytical thinker. So चलिए आगे बढ़ते हैं. Hey, are you all enjoying this conversation? Give me a big yes if you're enjoying the conversation. Let's go to the second thing, which I see in Gandhiji's handwriting. So I see Gandhiji's handwriting something very interesting. So I want to point out, I know I can never get tired talking about this. Look at the T bars. By the way, remember every time I come back, I tell you one thing: improve your self-esteem. Put your T bar on the top. And everybody look into Gandhiji's handwriting and see the T bar on the top. So let me write and show you this on the paper so that you understand better. So every time Gandhiji has written the T bar is on the top. We love it if it is balanced like this, but in Gandhiji's handwriting, you'll see the T bar is more to the right-hand side, but it is still on the top. How many of you are able to see that? Everybody do like this, so that means it's on the top. So can you see that? It's on the top. Whenever your T bar is on the top, this says high self-esteem. This says high self-esteem. You know what is the high self-esteem? इसके बहुत सारे मायने होते हैं. There are many reasons, many things about self-esteem. But one thing which is very peculiar and very important is that how many of you love to learn to stand by your decisions, no matter whether people believe in it, whether you are sure about the outcome of it? How many of you have this habit? You see people in your life, they take a decision, the decision goes wrong, and no more is your decision. We disown the decision based on the outcome of the decision. But if you really want to stand by your decision, whether it is right or wrong, whether it is the best decision or not, you take the decision and you made it happen. So everybody look into the handwriting of Gandhiji. We see that the T bar is very much on the top. See here? We love it if it is balanced. Even though it's not balanced, it's on the top. See, incidences there. And this says high self-esteem. This is something to pick up from Gandhiji, that he has high self-esteem. And why? See, I'm relating that to the story of his life. Gandhiji's confidence in his philosophy of satyagraha, that is the non-violent resistance, was a testament to high self-esteem. He believed deeply in the power of truth and non-violence, despite skepticism from both British authorities and some Indian leaders. How many of you remember freedom fighting was all about fighting the British? Freedom was all about eliminating them now. And if you always look at any documentaries, you'll never hear Gandhiji saying anything wrong to the British, nor talking about the war, nothing. He said, this is my country, you let go of it. That's all his statement was. And he stood by that, by the way. Everybody said, aisa nahi hoga. Nobody can win a war without weapons. Nobody believed in it, but he stood by that. And you know what, everybody? Some of you who practice law of attraction, Ho'oponopono, NLP, people don't believe around you. इससे सब कुछ नहीं होता है. All these are pseudosciences, everything. And sometimes we get bogged down by all the stories people tell us. Sometimes they convince us out of the program. Sometimes they convince you to believe that you made a wrong investment, but you need to learn to stand by it. You need to learn to stand by it. And that's why you need to have high self-esteem. It takes courage to do things what others are not doing. It takes courage to do things what others are not doing. You know why? You need to believe in it. Even if it is a wrong thing, it's your decision, you will stand by it. If it is a good decision, you will celebrate. If it is a wrong decision, you will learn from it. But the problem is, we change sides. You put more faith into people than into your own self. And this is a beautiful learning from Gandhiji. How many of you learned something new? Give me a big yes there. You know what? When I started handwriting analysis, I want to tell you this. I was 21-year-old. I was in college. And I was so passionate about this science. Every time I talked about handwriting, everywhere I went, I talked about handwriting. And people used to call me names. Oh, abhi Imran aa gaya, abhi apni dukaan kholega. Oh, Imran, where is your parrot? You know, I have heard all these things. But I want to tell you this. I stood by, I believed in this science. And today, people know me because of handwriting, because I stood by that. And I want to tell you something. You know, I always propagate this, and this is for everybody. Identify one thing which you're really good at and invest your life in it. And you'll create a legacy for others. Many of us always get distracted by shiny objects. Oh, Shalini is doing that. I have to also do that. Oh, you know, Ikagra is doing so much. I want to do that. Oh, that strategy Priyanka is following. I want to do that. Oh, aise karna hai. And you know what? You forget the value system. You forget the ideology. You forget the principles where you're looking at it. Are you with me? Don't get distracted. It happened with me. You know what? When I started my career, people said, Imran, सुबह में आप स्टॉक मार्केटिंग कर सकते हैं, सुबह में 9 बजे से 3 बजे तक, शाम में आप हैंडराइटिंग एनालिसिस कर लेना, इमरान आप पब्लिक स्पीकिंग भी सिखा देना, आप ये भी कर लेना. I said no, handwriting. One thing which people will remember or connect with you is handwriting. I stood by that. Are you with me? Yeah. Now the question in your head is that, Imran, जब तक try करेंगे तभी तो पता चलेगा. तो without trying, how will I know whether I am good at it or not? See, your idea about trying is doing it for a week, doing it for a couple of days. But my idea of trying is that you operate as if your life depends upon that. Okay. So in the name of trying, in the name of giving yourself a chance, you don't go on investing. So that's why if you're in the platinum, if you're part of IMK, we have brought the universe of learning for you. That's why we have everything which you need to learn one place. You don't have to go anywhere else. That's why we have given you all the platforms, all the understandings. You know why? Because for Ankur, graphology might work. Okay. For Savita, Ho'oponopono will work. For, Samandhan, it could be NLP. Whatever, however, the idea is you need to grow. The idea is you need to win. Are you all with me on that? Any modalities, any process. For some of you, life coaching works. For some of you, other program works. The idea is find out what works, work on it. Are you all with me? Yeah. How about having multiple sources of income? For sure. I'm game for it. That's why we need to have passive income. It's not about you doing multiple businesses. It's about you having multiple sources of income. Yeah. People have a misconception around this. See, you got confused about it. Now, passive income, why not? let the money come in. Okay. Let the money come in. I like to work on it. I have a passive income. I have other sources of income, but you don't necessarily have to do it. I still make money from stock market, but I don't have to sit from 9 to 3 to get that work. That's what I'm saying. Okay. Let's go to the handwriting and let's work towards it. This is high self-esteem. The third thing which I want to make you see in the handwriting is, this is something very peculiar about Gandhiji's handwriting, and see if you have this in your handwriting. And if you don't have your T bar going up on the top of the T, please practice it and you'll see the results of it. Ideally, we write our Ys like this. Even I will tell you to write your Y, which is complete. Even I will tell you the G to work like this. Are you all with me? But in Gandhiji's handwriting, he is writing like this. Pay attention. He writes his Y like this. You'll see a little longer one. You know what? This is called as determination. So let me show you in the handwriting of Gandhiji. How many of you are able to see? Look at this. Only, my. You see, ability. Are you with me? See here? This is called determination. How many of you see this in your handwriting? And if you don't have it, don't get disappointed, but it's okay. Priyanka is very happy. Imran, very handwriting mein hai. Anybody else who has, raise your hand or just type in me on the chat box. This is called determination. Now the question is, what is determination? Determination is an ability to initiate things, create things. Okay. So you should have a determined mind to do what you want to do in your life. And Gandhiji has this in his handwriting. And this is my biggest pickup from, learning from it. Are you all with me? You need to focus on it. You need to learn on it. Okay. So what happened about determination? What do we see? What is the story around determination? Throughout his life, Gandhiji faced repeated imprisonment for his efforts against British rule, yet his determination never trembled. His ability to endure personal suffering for a greater cause, even when repeatedly jailed and threatened, shows immense perseverance. How many of you, your determination level, according to you, is weak? Right? You're determined to develop new habits. You're determined to break old habits. But somewhere, Imran, 2 महीने से नहीं पिया है, तो आज पी रहे. Can you see that? You've given. Okay, I have been dieting. That's why I have a cheat day. No, I don't believe in the concept of cheat days. No, either you diet or you don't diet. You can't be dieting and giving yourself another window of cheating. That means you're still saying that cheating is more exciting. Are you with me? I'm talking about cheat diet is being more exciting. No, determination it's always the language of 0 or 1. You're in the session, you're not in the session. Clear. You can't be in the session, keeping your video off, on the phone, talking to somebody and still believing, oh, I completed NLP. Oh, I completed relationship. Oh, I completed this also. No changes happened. Hello? You know why? The idea about life and learning is, everybody, we come from the land of Gurukul. And the idea about learning is when the source and the object meet with equal intensity, that's where transformation happens. Let me say this again. When the source, Miteshji, when the object, the student, you should meet at where? At the same equal intensity. That's where transformation happens. That's why frequency is very important. You need to align, you need to pull up. Even though Miteshji has been doing the same program for so many years, how many of you see him more excited than all of us? Hello? Like every DMP you come, he's been doing that for years now. But look at who is more excited, the person who paid the fees or the person who collected the fees? उल्टा होना चाहिए ना? उल्टा होना चाहिए ना? But हमारे यहाँ हमें उल्टा मोटिवेट करना चाहता है. Please keep your video on. Please participate. Type in on the chat. हमें बोलना पड़ता है. You don't even keep that. So can you see that determination is very important? How many of you learned something new today? Yeah, it's not just important. Attendance is not important. What you create out of it. But sometimes we also have to say this. Please come. At least show up. That बाद में देखा जाएगा क्या होता है. At least keep aligned to it and be there. So no discounts when it comes to learning, because if you really want to have results in your life, you need to operate with determination, like as if your life depends upon it. As if your life depends upon it. Okay. So, but I'm not promoting that you should write like this. Okay. I want to just quickly make a correction. Don't do this. Okay. Because it has a lot of consequences apart from all the amazing things. But the best way to write a Y or G, complete it always. Raise your hand if you understood what I said. Stay here. Don't get, this is shiny object. Okay. Don't get distracted. Stay here. Okay. Stay here. The next thing, which is very interesting, which I see in Gandhiji's handwriting, and I really want to show you this on your screen right now. Everybody on your screen, we see this. Okay. I see a very peculiar P in the handwriting of Gandhiji. Okay. So everybody look into the handwriting on the screen. I'm writing and showing you. You know, letter P, ideally we write like this, but there is a P which Gandhiji is written, which is called as a broken away P. See, this is broken away. So what do you mean by broken away? Can you see there are two parts to the P? Sometimes it's written this way. So it splits into two rather than just being one. So whenever you see this, and you will see this in Gandhiji's handwriting, I'll show you this. And raise your hand if you're able to see this, okay? Raise your hand if you're able to see this. How many of you are able to see there is a broken away P, split in the P there? Now quickly look into your handwriting before I tell you what it is. So this is the split in the handwriting, like the P is breaking away. Sometimes it is a very small thing. For some of you, it could be a big one, okay? Let me show you what is the small thing. On your screen right now, what is the small thing? ये कभी कभार इतना भी हो सकता है. See, it could be this much only. That means it's starting to break away. So if you have it, just raise your hand. I'll tell you something interesting about you. How many of you have it? Let me check the chat box and how many of you have it? Oh, okay. How many of you? Srilata, really? Okay, who else? Anybody else? Okay, Reena has it. Jubanaya has it. Zuberia? Okay. This is called argumentative. These people who write P like this, they love to argue. Like they don't take anything without questioning. They like to question the question. Now the question is, Imran, is it a good thing or a bad thing? Well, it depends. Are you with me? Well, it depends. But Gandhiji has it, and why he had it, and I want to tell you this. Okay. Some of you have this understanding. Imran, Gandhiji was a lawyer. He studied law. He was a barrister. And that's why I think he has this argumentative personality or the trait. I want to correct you there. Gandhiji was a failed lawyer. That means he was so bad as a lawyer that the first client he had to pay the fees back, like refund karna pada unko. He was so bad at arguing in the court. He was so bad in fighting the case. So no, this is nothing to do with your profession. Like as teachers and trainers, we do talk a lot. So am I talkative as a person? No. If you meet me in person, I hardly speak. So the idea here is that don't look at, oh, Imran, it's a profession which is influencing. Yeah, it could be there, but your personality is different. So Gandhiji had this beautiful ability to argue. You know, he was known for asking the tough questions. You know, in the round table conference in the early 1930s, Gandhiji engaged in heated debates. In fact, he was produced in court of law many times when he was arrested, and the judge could have nothing to do but to release him. And he was and he was very clear about it. He never used an abusive language. He was never using anything else. He said what he had to say in the way it has to be. So Imran, are you promoting this? No, what I'm showing you is as a personality, we have all these abilities. For some of you, it works. For some of us, it does not work. And you need to realize it. This is where the maturity meets, education. So you choose what works for you. So not all strategies is for everybody. Similarly, not all diet plans is for everybody. Not every form of exercise is for everybody. You need to choose what works for you. You need to choose what works for you. Okay. So proceeding further, we have one more thing which I want to show you in Gandhiji's handwriting. And this time, this is the leadership style Gandhiji has. You know what? In the world, there are two styles of leadership. Everybody give me two. Okay. One style of leadership is you inspire people. You lead by example. And that's how you're a leader. The second type of a leader is you force upon your leadership on people. You threaten them, you corner them, you push them to perform. And you know what? Both the leaders create results, but the person who pushes, corners, gets the results, but people don't like him. How many of you have worked with a boss like that? Now, they are the technical names for both is called as dominant and domineering. So the leadership style of this is dominant. So what Gandhiji had was his leadership style was dominant. He led by example. In fact, the story goes that when he started the Dandi March, you know what? He never propagated. He did not say, okay, Indresh, Ankur, everybody come together tomorrow, 10 o'clock. This is the starting point. Bring this, and we're going to get started from here and go there. No. He took his stick, he started walking. And the history says that he was walking so fast that people had to run to catch up with his speed. And that is a leadership style which is called as dominant. And opposite of that is domineering, where you push people, threaten people. It's like, Lalita, if you don't do this, you don't get promotion. Okay, next, appraisal, we'll have a conversation. Okay, maybe this is going to take a hit on your career. Maybe, thing. So can you see that people put pressure on you, threaten you? And for some of you, you think, okay, we work better under pressure. Stop telling all these stories to yourself. Okay, it does not work that way all the time. So how do you see this in handwriting? So ideally, when we ask you to write your T bar, we say the T bar should be on the top and balanced. Ideally, this is what I promote. But in Gandhiji's handwriting, you'll see the T bar is pointing to the baseline. The T bar is pointing to the baseline. And you know what? This is basically telling you this is dominant. See this here? How many of you are able to see that? It's pointing to the baseline. This is called dominating. And his leadership style was lead by example, inspired by example. And people who are dominant, they are naturally accepted as a leader. He does not even have to command it. Naturally, how many of you, okay, let me give you a simple example. I don't even have to talk about leadership, corporate world and everything. So let me give an example. Everybody, are you with me? Just raise your hand and say, yes, Imran, I'm with you. How many times have you met people in weddings, functions, get together? The person enters and naturally he takes over the leadership role. He says, chalo khana kha ke, come, let's have dinner. And everybody goes, come, let's meet the groom. And everybody naturally starts following him. How many times have you felt that the way the person operates, eventually everybody subconsciously starts accepting him as a leader because there's something about him. The way he talks to people, maybe the way he engages with people, the way he relates to people, thing like that. How many of you are able to relate to this? Type in me on the chat box. Like that person enters the party, he takes control. He tells like, chalo jate hain. Abhi bahut ho gaya. Like everybody leaves. The moment he says, chalo jate hain, everybody leaves. How many of you want to develop a leadership quality like that? Yeah. How many of you want to have a personality where you are, vibrating at that level where people connect with you? Okay. It's possible. It's possible. All that you have to do is identify certain things in your handwriting, change that. That's why this is where handwriting analysis works on reprogramming your mind on a subconscious level. You know why? Because you are constantly speaking to people without you speaking. Are you with me? People take less than 7 seconds to evaluate who you are as a person because our antennas are constantly checking what's your frequency. If it is high, I connect with you. If it is low, I disconnect from you. So our antennas are constantly working. So you need to up your game by learning all these modalities and all the processes and systems. I can go on and on. I tell you so many things about Gandhiji and his handwriting and how all the things are coming together. But I want to tell you something more interesting about Gandhiji's handwriting. You know what? Gandhiji was a ambidextrous person. नहीं उनको कोई बीमारी नहीं थी. This is called ambidextrous. How many of you don't know what do you mean by ambidextrous? Give me some example. Thank you, Joe. No, Madhurima. No. Ambidextrous means these people can write with both the hands. Yeah, Gandhiji had this ability of writing with both the hands. And look at this. Gandhiji was known to write letters with both his right and left hand. Gandhiji once mentioned that he consciously developed ambidexterity as part of his self-discipline and personal growth. He believed in training the mind and the body to become more flexible and resilient. He trained his non-dominant hand to write in response to his desire to strengthen his control over his own body to make better use of it. And you know what? You'll be surprised. Look at these are the two handwritings written with two different hands. One with the left hand, and the other one with the right hand. And if you're a handwriting analyst, if you have been trained by me, and if you understand this science, you'll see something very interesting. Even though the handwriting looks different in terms of the size, in terms of the overall looking, but if you understand something which I teach you called as strokes, S-T-R-O-K, how many of you are able to see the similarities of the strokes? Look at the T-bar on the top. Look at his E's. Look at the I dots. Can you see that there are similarities you can identify? If you're able to see that, type in yes on the chat box. Can you see that? Handwriting analysis, because the powerhouse is the brain, and no matter handwriting is falling down because normally left-handers actually do that way, but this is how it shows up. And by the way, can you name people in the world who are ambidextrous? Do you know that there are certain people who are ambidextrous? Who are they? Yes, Dr. Yogita, Amitabh Bachchan is ambidextrous. Who is ambidextrous? Sachin Tendulkar is ambidextrous. How many of you remember Sachin actually bats with one hand and bowls with the another hand? So these are the people who are ambidextrous. Okay. And I want to tell you this. How many of you have this process of I'm a right-hander, I'm a left-hander? Do you know there's a technical name for right-handers? Write down. People who write with right hand are called as dextral. Okay. And people who use their right hand as a writing hand, they are stimulating more the left brain, the logical brain, the the gain. So that's why all the people who write right, there are two parts to your brain. The left brain gets activated for the right-handed, and for the left-handed, the right brain. Right brain is all about emotions, connectivity, people, energy, and everything there. Now, Imran, do you suggest I write with both the hands? The answer is very simple. No. First, improve your handwriting, better your handwriting with one hand. Then you confuse your brain with the another hand. Otherwise, na ye likhayega, na ye likhega. Things will be there. So first, balance it with one hand, get this mastery, then you write this. Okay, then you know what will happen. You start writing like this, you'll make like handwriting which is like this now. So take care of that. The second thing which is very important is that if you are a parent and if your child is using left hand, please don't forcefully change that. In India, there's a taboo around left hand using. So my suggestion is what happened with you should not be passed on as a legacy with others. If you naturally, the child is picking up the left hand as a dominant hand, allow that to happen. Okay, there's no conscious decision the child does. But if you're trying to forcefully change, you're messing with the brain of the child and you're going to impact his confidence. Okay, I have two wonderful boys. One is 11 years, another one is 6. My younger child is a left-hander. Okay, naturally his hand goes forward is a left. And as all grandparents, everybody's like, no, right hand. And he's like, sometimes he does not even raise hand if he wants something. You know why? Because he's not sure kya uthaun. So he's waiting. Yeah, he does not eat when he's outside. No, he does not eat when he's doing. Can you see that how it impacts on his psychology that if I pick up, they'll point out. So I rather not take it. Can you see that there? I know we all have seen it. I have seen my friends, unke haath ko piche bandh diya jata tha. So never do that, okay? It's natural ability, make it happen. Okay, खुदा ने 2 हाथ दिए तो इसमें क्या अच्छा और क्या बुला है यार. 2 आंखें दी हैं, ये अच्छी आंखें, बुरी आंखें, ऐसा कुछ नहीं होता है. So आंखें आंखें होती है. जो काम करना चाहिए वो कर रहा है. तो that's the idea about it. Are you all with me? Thank you. So this is what we do as a handwriting analyst. Our job is, what is that which I can learn from people? I will look for reasons to learn from people, and the best way to validate is to analyze their handwriting. And I see that many of them who have done my program, they use their handwriting to analyze their father's handwriting, who is no more. And some of the people who inspired them, who follow them, and you want to look into their handwriting and connect with them on a personal level. So I shared 5 things about Gandhiji's handwriting. What is the first one I shared? I said Gandhiji had analytical thinking. He has high self-esteem, determination, argumentative, and dominant. What are you taking back from today's learning? What are you taking back from today's learning? So out of these 5 things, which is what is going to be your way of operating? What is that which you want to develop in your handwriting? Come on, everybody. Lead from example. Shalini says, Imran, I want to be a natural leader. Okay, I like that. Yeah, T-bar. Priyanka, Dr. Yogita, Madhurima, Prabjot, Indresh, Veena. So everybody's talking about self-esteem. You know what? If you ask me, I will choose self-esteem, because that is where everything is. All you have to do is put your T-bar on the top. Okay, Savita says dominant. Sulbi says determination. I like that. Megha says high self-esteem. Priyanka Yadav says high self-esteem. Dr. Srinivas says determination. You choose what works for you. So the idea about today's session was that, we call this as write like a genius. So there are people who write certain ways. So this is basically an NLP language. I'm sure Mideshji has talked about it. And if not, attend the NLP program. We talk about modeling. And this is what we're doing. We're using handwriting analysis to create modeling and create new patterns and influence our subconscious mind and follow the leader. Okay, so graphotherapy not only helps us in identifying handwriting and the patterns, we also change handwriting to influence your subconscious mind, and the best way to do it. So before I'll say bye to you all, certain things to take care of. Don't write like this. Don't write like this. Okay, don't write like this. So if at all you want to go back home, what is the thing which you need to focus on your handwriting? Watch me. Put your T-bar on the top. Take this as a challenge. Make sure it's balanced. 50% here, 50% there on the top. Now, if you're worried, Imran, it looks like a capital letter. As long as you're not writing any academic exam, if you're not a student, please write this. Okay, so put your T-bar on the top. How do you write my Y's? Always complete your Y's. Always complete your G's. So these are 2 things to take back from today's session. Don't do anything else. Because for me, what comes before changing is understanding what to change. Are you all with me? Great. So if you want to learn more and keep exploring the possibility of you being a handwriting analyst, there's a webinar which is happening tomorrow. Go ahead, click on it, register, and you will understand more about your signature tomorrow. And if not, keep coming back on every Wednesday. I look forward to see how much I can add value to you, and you get a little bit insight into your subconscious mind using the power of handwriting. And you know what? In the coming days, I'm looking for more and more people who can join my community and take this work forward. In fact, I have a very beautiful program which is called as Master Practitioner of Graphology, where you understand and master everything about handwriting. Handwriting analysis, handwriting development for kids, and health in handwriting, and all this and many more things. So next Wednesday, don't miss. I'll be looking forward to share more with you, and also an opportunity to you becoming a master practitioner of graphology. Till the time, please take care of yourself. I'll see you all soon. Thank you. Thank you so much. Thank you. Thank you, Indres. Thank you, all of you who are so many messages on the chat box I'm not able to read, but every single one of you. Love you so much. Thank you for all the love and gratitude. See you all soon. Bye. Thank you. Thank you, everybody. Thank you.